Radio Nuts siyabangena, we ready to rock. It's so live sessions, hala TK the dawn. Sesiphakathi yasanoki, we kicking the door. Chill and relax and get ready for more. We in it to win it. Couple of minutes we kill it, we in the building. You don't feel this, you kidding, do that, you hating. Cause we black and ambitious.
Alright, Utikele don't buffet two greetings to our soul buddies. It's another episode, the Soul Live Sessions. Okay, njengenjwayelo angihambi ngedwa namhlanje. Take a guess, akela ukuthi ngihamba nobani. Ngiphethe isikhokho. Ukhovula. Kungenza ukuthi yamazi noma umazi, uma ungamazi namhlanje uzomazi.
Sure.
Lifa the OG.
I phela sengikhovu.
Yes, khona. Isejabula ukuba nawe Soul Live Session.
Hayi ngiyajabula nawe.
Yeah, OG bethu lekhaya ke before siqhubeke ne conversation siba ne break ice.
Awu madoda.
Yeah. Sine segment edithi break ice.
Oh, phihliza ama ice.
Yes. So la
okay.
Before nje siqhubeke sithumelile ke ama soul investigators ethu ukuthi sashele
Soul investigators.
sure.
Yimba.
Kahle ulifa sikhiphani ngaye yabo. Yabona
What's
zathola ukuthi hayi khona into esikubhiliza ithola ngolifa.
Kulwa mawe.
Sicela amasoul.
Yeah, okay.
Please.
All right.
Yeah.
Ngifika nje la ekhaya.
Yeah, nansi into esigubhila sithola yana thini lapha edo sibheke. Thini dana.
Awubafundela, akayifunde out loud.
Oba akufuneka ayifunde lento efile.
Awuyifunde yabhalwa wena ngithi.
Yabhalwe mina. It's mengavula ibandla ngeza yini. Yeah, okay.
Manje
ngumbuzo lo ngangubuza abantu ukuthi ngeza yini bafestival sekuvula ibandla.
So ufuna ukumfundiseni.
Angisho sifuna ukumfundisa
kodwa
ngangibuza nje ukuthi bengase kuthiwa ngiyalivula ibandla ngeza yini.
Yeah, kodwa into esemqondweni ukuthi ngenye ilanga mhlawumbe ingenzeka.
Ngumuntu okholwayo kakhulu.
Oh, okay.
Ngumuntu okholwayo kakhulu kodwa ngumuntu ongakholelwa ngumuntu okholwayo nje angisho kanjalo umuntu okholwayo ngumuntu okholwayo kakhulu ngoba ngikhuliswe ngalo isonto kade at some point in time ngangumfundisi ka Sunday school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
umuntu okhule ngayo nje.
Ukhule nje ngendlela yesonto ukuthi nje ekhaya siyasonta.
Ora phela yazi phela ubudla ubulundele.
Yeah.
Usukhulile yabo lonto leyo umase kuyesontweni. Uqala ubike lokhu nalokho yabo lonto uphela usuyakwazi kodwa nje mina ngikhule ngale sonto.
Yeah, because kwesinye isikhathi uyathoniseka ukuthi ekhaya bayisonto nawe kumele nje njani ulandele indlela ebekwa manje. Noma ibona ukuthi cha lento angiyiyo.
Yeah, it was something exactly something.
No, that's it. Mina ngokwami ukwazi ulifa ngimazela ku TV ukubona nje ku 1KZN TV ku interview yakho.
Yeah. Ebengazi ukuthi ngibeke
kuyo. No, yazi kwesisikhathi awuthi abantu abakwazi bayakwazi. Yeah. So ngikwazela khona ke mhlawumbe umuntu ongakwazi noma umuntu ongamazi ulifa ukuthi ubani. Mhlawumbe nje briefly ungathi ubani ulifa?
Imfethu umbuzo broad lo.
Sure.
Ngoba abantu abaningi bazi umzimba bazi structure salifa kanti ulifa lo ngaphakathi yabo.
Right.
So mina ngumuntu bese uyithandela ingane zami. Umuntu oyithandela irate but kodwa ngikhule umuntu okhulela indelani kaSheleni.
Oh, okay.
Ngikhuliswe uma no ngihlala nodade bethu ababili nomunye umfowethu oyedwa.
Okay.
And then ekhambeni kwesikhathi ke yabo lonto I've been doing a whole bunch of jobs in between. And then I've always had this passion nje yalento engiyenzayo njengamanje. Kodwa what I wanna really into engifisa abantu bangazi ngayo mina ukuthi ngubaba ave ngiyithanda ingane zami. Yabo nje if unami ku WhatsApp you probably see almost every day ngihlezi ngipostela ingane zami because that what keeps me going.
Alright, mhlawumbe ukubuza nje Lifa i-background yakho mhlawumbe ukukhula kwakho yini nje isport okhule usidlala noma isport nje othi yabona ke ibhola
baba.
Yazi
ngokapteni esikoleni.
Bengikhuluma ngiyakubona ukuthi ayicha ibhola lefanele. Bonzima ebholeni.
Ngizibe ngukapteni wesikole.
Bokapteni?
Yeah, manje Nkosi.
Imandla ngiyakwazi
manje Nkosi kaSheleni
ilindelani ngiyakwazi.
Bengukapteni ke ngangukapteni ngesikhathi sami ngisafuna ukudlala.
So mhlawumbe okunye ngifisa ukwazi mina ke ukuthi emafama akho noma lokukhulele khona ikephi.
Ngokuzalwa ngizalelwe la eTazuki, inkaba yami la eTazuki. La nje ngasebheka okuhle. Anginawo amakhaya umuntu okhulele la eThekwini. Anginawo amakhaya. So ngisuke eTazuki ngayohlala kaDabeka, ngasuka kaDabeka ngayohlala kaMashu, ngasuka kaMashu ngayohlala eLindelane. So sengisuke eLindelane sengila. Manje khona. Impilo yazi yashintsha. Inama challenge ngithi. So uyibamba kanjalo. Bathe lo grab it by the balls. Sure.
Yeah. So take us back to when you fell in love with radio.
Oh.
Uzana zonke izinto ongazenza mfethu, mhlawumbe ungabi TV presenter, you could be a soccer star njengoba udlala ibhola, you could be a businessman, you could be anything ezokwenza ukuthi yini yenza ukuthi uzukhethe ukube i-radio broadcaster.
And that's a long story.
Ubani yini yaku-inspiration ukuthi uzukhethe lo mkhakha lowo ukuthi ube i-radio presenter or i-broadcaster?
Hey man, back in the days, I used to stay up at night and I used to listen to the show called The Essence. Yeah, 5FM, and it was the only hip hop show at 5FM at that time. Back in the days, early 2000s.
All right.
And the show iqala ngo-10 ebusuku, iphele ngo-1 ain't that. So every Sunday I would wait for the show to start, and they hostwa umuntu ekuthiwa uGamza is a super sports presenter.
Right.
Interview abadlali nje bakuphela game. Uyena umuntu wenza lo show. So he used to do the show and I used to stay up at night and listen to the show.
Sure.
Because it had quite music and hip hop. But anyway, fast forward and I fell in love with radio from that time. In such a way that I remember looking into starting my own radio station.
Sure.
I think I was still in high school, and this was more than 15 or 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to start my own radio station.
Oh, really? What was the
Well, the idea is that
sure.
That's the idea at first.
Sure.
But for me to do that, I have to learn the ins and outs of radio and how it works. So, but the initial plan is to actually have something like that.
Because mina ukwazi ukuthi njengoba chaza ngingaba ku-community development. So if you are in community development noma kulomkhakha lo obsessed kona, you always seek opportunities. Bengilalela ama radio station and ngalela i-DYR. Bekunohlelo okade ushaya from 3 to 6 if I'm not mistaken. Bengijela ukulela lo hlelo komina. Enendlela ukuthi ngangayenza i-appointment ngizama ngesend i-email but azange bangiphendule uDR ngifuna ukwenza interview khona. I think it was 2017 if it's not 2018. So mase ngithi ngiyabuya nje I think last year sokuhlelo selishaya ubani uZulu Boy.
Right.
Mhlawumbe chazela kwenzakalani
uZulu Boy uvoice ijaya. So umuntu ezona naye kakhulu because besebenza naye, so he used to do a show at 12 to 3 and he used to come in before me. Yabo so mina ngisebenza drive show, so uZulu Boy beshaya i-music and lunch 12 to 3 eyenza no V Brown. So sisebenzisane naye kanjalo nje in such a way that he was at some point he was part of a segment that I had on my show called the Wrap It Up Challenge.
Sure.
So umuntu ezwana naye siyazwana nje siyakhuluma nawo mfowethu lo.
Ngiyathola.
But it didn't start there. I didn't start from that show.
Sure.
For me to get on radio, because ungena radio is not an easy thing. And when you're given that opportunity to do something that you've always wanted to do, we allow to challenge, right?
I know exactly.
And I remember when I did my first show, I was alone at the studio. And my first show was the show at 3 to 6 XN in that. So that was my first show. So I love abasakazi most of the time in community radios because I'm a hold, right?
Yeah.
So maybe there was always an opportunity for me to actually try and perfect my grind. So I started working from graveyard 3 to 6. Then I got promoted to the 7 to 10. Then I did that. It was called the High Life Experience. Oh, that was fun. I think that was when I met Abondu Misol.
Sure.
I think at that time. And then from there, I think I did that show for about 4 or 5 months, and then I got promoted to a drive show.
Wow.
Which we call
Just
the Energy Drive.
Yazi angifuna ukuqamba manga bro. Yabona when it comes to anganoma ngizothi ngeke ngisaqala nokungena kulezi zinto lezi so zokuthi fanele uhamba ama interview. First day ngiye kwenye interview e radio station engeke ngize ngisho. Yabona lisemnyango sipractice bese ngiphambi kwe mic.
Yeah.
Hey.
Uvalo.
I
don't charge Uvalo.
So into engishoyo ukuthi even sithatha lena sengizilalela it's like indawo engikhuluma yona ngavele ngiyikhathi ngilalela because nje it's like yabona ngishaya ifambu la.
Well, at first yajwayela like any other thing. It's like driving a car. So umusaqala uyishayela imoto, it's difficult, right? So but most uqhubekile usuyenza, then you get used to it. Then you realize it's not that difficult. So you get used to hearing yourself. Nobody likes to hear themselves. I still hate ukuzizwa mina kumanje when I do a show. I'd rather watch myself. I'd rather watch myself doing a show than having to listen to myself. I think it's much more torture. You know.
So first, tell us about the Under Pressure podcast. Ngoba sitholile ukuthi uke wavula i-podcast kwenzakalani ngayo because ngibona ngazi ukuthi
no, it's still under pressure. Under pressure. You know, when we came up with that, I was really under pressure because I got suspended at work. I got suspended at work, and at that time I was stressed. I was really stressed because I've invested all my time, and this is something that I've always wanted to do. And when I got suspended at work, I was under pressure because it felt like my dream was falling, my dream was crashing at that time. But little did I know, whenever you face a challenge, you know, there's always a blessing in every lesson. So there was a lesson there was a lesson. Oh well, there was a blessing out of that lesson because then I started having these ideas of, why don't I start something like this, and since I've been doing radio for so long, and since I've been doing radio for so long, I've got a list of people like your celebrities that you can think of on my WhatsApp. Like I've got your Nomzebo Zigodes on my WhatsApp, I've got your Master KGs on my I've got your DJ Spoos on WhatsApp. So I've got a list of all these people that I can try and interview.
Right.
So I sat with my previous co-host and I told her, this is what I wanted to do. And luckily at that time we were sitting at a very cool place that has a swimming pool, so we figured, hey man, why not do it here? Then when we started Under Pressure, I had no money. I only had WhatsApp data, and we did our episode. We interviewed Juicy, and with no money, I had WhatsApp data. And I searched for the whole week, and I sent all these celebrities a message and asking them to be part of the show. And one of them, well, a couple of them, got out. The one that was very interested was Juicy.
Ngiyasabona ngabona lapha ukuthi wahlangana kanjani noJuice noma yabona phela ukuthola ama-artist atop kwenze
radio. I've been working on radio for so long. So I've interviewed him before. Your Kwabe Twins, your Mampijas. I've interviewed like a whole lot of, actually everybody at Afrotainment I've interviewed. So interview umuntu obviously uzomfonela phela if it's a telephonic interview or pre-plan the interview. So I used to get all those numbers and phone them and make sure what's okay, interview is gonna go ahead at that particular time. So that's how I got all of those all of their numbers.
No. I'm so proud of you, bro. I'm so proud of you. So tell us about now about OG's chicken.
But there's a plan
OG's chicken.
Okay.
And with you, I founder and director of OG's chicken. Tell us more about.
There's something that I'm very passionate about, which is cooking. Which basically I'm passionate about cooking and radio and my kids. And I love cooking, and I always think that I'm the master of.
You are parent daughter.
Yeah, phela ngiblind.
Like yeah,
Exactly yeah,
noma ungasiyena uchef by
yeah.
upheka into ejwayele.
Ngifaka wonke ubhi. So
Right.
what I decided to do was emalokishini kusinama chicken dust.
Yeah.
And everywhere uthola chicken dust, but asinayo is smoked chicken. So I've always been passionate about creating the best smoked meats ever.
Yeah.
So I started investing in this chicken business.
Sure.
And creating a smoked chicken.
Smoked chicken.
Yeah, not just your regular chicken dust. A chicken yami boy, ngakuzwisa chicken yami ngelinye ilanga uyobona uyozwa na ukuthi I know lo muntu kufanele ngoba chicken yami ihlukile. It's smoked chicken.
Ine taste yayo yodwa
It's smoked. You've got that smoked flavor. I use things like your hickory chip,
right?
Amaplangwe from a certain tree that gives you that flavor. Or sometimes I'd use a charcoal. The charcoal is made out of wine barrels. I've always like faka khona amawayini lihlale khona for years. So mase bekhipha lelo plangwe lelo mase bayalihluza. Then mase ngosa mina ngifaka something like that and you'd get that wine flavor on your meat.
Right. No,
it's not your regular kind of meat.
So the OG's chicken is still operating no misa trader njengamanje.
Yeah, trader njengamanje. So you call or you send me a WhatsApp. And I send you a delivery.
Right.
It's very, very cheap. Actually, you get Tsoli Papa, Shatini.
I'll have to taste it. That you taste it, unique. It is good.
I know, so it's a
yes, honestly speaking, chicken doesn't intenga kazi ngicabanga ukuthi mhlanga yidla ngoyithanda yazi.
If it was a smoked chicken, you'd probably not even like a chicken dust once you try smoked chicken.
Yeah. So no kezwakala OG.
Yeah.
So now we radio presenter yakwam Mr. Price.
Yes. And I'm loving that. And I'm loving that so much.
So yazi should wena losukudlala music lapha behind mengena Mr. Price ngiyothenga.
On any Mr. Price in South Africa. On any Mr. Price in South Africa and outside South Africa, your Swaziland and Lesotho. We've got I think Botswana as well. Yeah.
So wena DJ
I mean every song is Mr. Price. Every song is Mr. Price. If I will mean. I'm not just a radio presenter there. I'm also a senior music compiler. I playlist people's music. I playlist that Subum.
I thought mina mhlawumbe mangakudlala umculo lapha kusuka i-radio nje. Yazi ngisuke ithi i-radio ngiyangazi ngicabanga ukuthi kuno DJ ayo khona.
No, we actually do have a show. See, this is what a lot of people did not know.
Sure.
See, thina abantu abamnyama sazi kanje, but abanye because now we've got internet, so now everybody's got access to that. So you've always known about your commercial radio station. You've always known about your community radio station, which is Lumzansi or Durban Youth Radio, community radio station, and then or more commercial Okakaso East Coast,
right?
And then what's the other one? Your internet radio.
Yeah.
But we as people have not fully invested in retail radio because there's a lot of money that you can make on retail radio. Retail radio basically is creating a particular radio designed for your business. So ngeke espa mongena spa uzwe bedlala o Radio Metro noma bedlala o East Coast because kuzongena adverts yase Shoprite. You understand? Sure. So kuzongena adverts e competition yabo. So they can never ever be able to play FM. So that is where we step in and create a radio station designed for your particular business. Now in that way it boosts morale stuff. Ebolon. Bangithanda abantu ba Mr. Price.
Bathanda mfethu.
They love me, bro.
Futhi umculo wakho sezingeni.
Music very ngiyawuthanda. I've always worked with music my whole life. You know, my whole career. Yeah. My whole life I've always worked. I worked at Musica, I worked at Rhythm Beats, selling CDs. Oh. So I'm that kind of a guy when you ask me about Tony Braxton, I will give you my albums at Tony Braxton and I'll probably tell you, if you go with album to hits and track number 4, just be a man about it. Track number 7, I'm that kind of a guy. I know. I'm very good at promoting. I'm very good at promoting music, and I'm very good at knowing, having an eye for a good song and a song that would make it big in radio. So mhlambe managing ama artist, maybe I can do that. But being an artist myself, nah.
Right. No, kuyezwakala mfethu angazi ngosini but ke on behalf of iSoul Live Sessions,
Sure.
We'd like to send our condolences. Sizwile ukuthi washonelwa indodana yakho.
Yeah.
So
Ngiyabonga bafethu, ngiyabonga. That means a lot.
into ejwayelekile but ukufa kujwayeleke mfethu, especially uzolahlekelwa ingane yakho, igazi lakho. It's so sad, bro. Yeah, but singaze sibe emotional. La sine segment ebizwa ngegun in your
it's a phone
gun in your head. Gun in your head.
Oh, man.
Yes.
What the hell? Okay, alright. Ngicela ke break the ice.
Sure.
So ngishaka gun in my head.
Sifamuke manje khanda lakho
Okay. Alright, sizophuma ngiphila la.
Choose yakho.
Okay. Alright. Okay.
Kamba kahle Lifa.
No, you tell me.
I'm good. I'm chilling behind the camera.
You tell me.
I'm chilling behind the camera. So I'll take it from here, right?
Sure.
Before sibe too emotional and stuff, yabo.
Sure.
But before we get to gun in your head, bro, I have a question for you, yabo. Especially as umuntu okwi-radio, yabo. Lezizinto ishintsha. What's your take on the status e-radio njengamanje, like globally? Do you think uthi radio is impactful ngaleyo ndlela, like for like for ama artists, for whoever wants to promote njengathi for instance, like we started the podcast because if it's like people struggle, niyaba privisa abantu e-radio. So actually question yami le ukuthi ngifuna ukwazi like wena ngokwakho ubone ngathi radio isa ne-impact.
Radio will never die.
No.
But there's a big mistake that a lot of program managers make right now, and which is killing the idea of radio in the first place. Right now, radio is no longer about talent, about how you can make and change somebody's life.
Sure.
Now, radio is all about followers. So, when it started becoming like that, then the radio seemed less effective. Because now, sebeqasha abantu abana following, and then italent awusalizwe, icontent ayisekho, angithi uyabona. So I just believe mina the core, we've got different reasons why we get into radio.
Sure.
So when I got into radio, I wanted to change somebody's life. I wanted to make an impact on somebody's life. So I think when you get into radio and you want to be a celebrity, I think you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Sure.
I think you should be able to impact somebody. And make a change in somebody's life. Now going back to indaba yama artist nanokuthi niyakhokha niyakwaza bafethu I was mhlambe ngikhulumela DJ yabo I was ngikhulumela DJ TK kodwa in most of DJ ma community radio stations they don't get paid yabo so it's they don't get paid. Mina la ngisebenza khona nje I can safely say DJ basitiwa
ukibela ngani emsebenzini, how do you support your family, how do
you gotta have a very strong structure, and mina I can never fully tell you ukuthi how did I work for 2 years without getting paid, and how did I not miss my show, because I'm one person who never missed my show.
Sure.
And I think when you're doing something out of love, there's always a way. You know when they say when there's love, there's a way.
There's a way.
There's always a way. I mean, I always managed to get a 20, and all that really mattered to me was getting a 20 days to get to work. So even if I sleep in studios, I've slept in studio for so many times. But anyway, all radio DJs they don't get paid. So uma ethi umuntu ngicela ungangisiza noma ngemali ukugibela ayibona nto ukuthi wena phela usukungazi as an artist and wena usuku ufuna ukuphusha ngithi ayibona, then it always seems like that you are cookies kodwa kahle kahle lo muntu akaholi and uphindela kubo ufika adle kubo agitsheliswe kubo and kubo uphuma kunenkulumo zokuthi nalento yenza ufuna umsebenzi ozokholela wena hayi lo waste isikhathi nemali ethu ngithi ayibona, so you're always under pressure. But when you're doing it out of love, you don't really feel the pressure.
Under pressure.
Now I understand. So actually I'm an artist. I think artists should know what it's not really pay all the time. Sometimes if it's being grateful, like
exactly.
it's not that I'm bribe or anything like that. since
Yeah,
sebazi.
mfethu.
So like I think mina like it was abantu bebengazi like ama-artist
Nah.
benga understand ukuthi you don't get paid
Nah.
because umuntu umuzwa kwi-radio automatically you assume ukuthi yo
Right,
they made
yonke
it
right.
yabo yonke into
Remember
right.
when I get into
you probably
radio-
parking ibhima ngaphandle yabo
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah,
When I get into radio, I leave all my problems there outside the door.
yeah,
And when nobody wants to listen to a sad DJ,
yeah.
right? So when you move with the radio, you don't want to hear someone who's done.
Yeah.
And it's about you're gonna lose that job. And that's the job that you love so much. So when you get in there, make sure that you put in the work, you put in the energy, and make sure what's on
Yeah.
Sure.
Thathi into zakho inkinga yakho uzibekela
Oh, you keep a call. When you
Yeah.
love something so much,
Exactly.
uyayikhohlwa
inkinga zakho.
when you behind the mic.
Yeah. Nah, I guess back to business.
Oh Lord.
Gun in your head.
Got in my head.
Pa! Gun in your head.
Yeah.
It's actually like it's who trying to have fun, boy.
Right.
Trying to-
But it's a weird way of having fun. Gun in my
Nah,
head.
not really in a violent way.
Okay,
It's just
alright.
in yabo. But ungasabi, yabo.
Okay, sure.
So I'll ask you a question,
Sure.
and then let's say, Hlampe, for instance, I have a gun in your head right now, and
Right,
I'm
right,
about
right.
to pull the trigger.
Right.
And you have to decide between the two. And
Right.
something I've noticed about you, like you
Yeah.
have love for radio, like more than
Right,
anything
yeah.
in the world.
Yeah.
And you have love for umndeni wakho ney'ngane zakho.
Yeah.
Particularly ingane zakho, like
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure you die for ingane zakho.
Of course.
So let's say I have a
In a
gun.
heartbeat.
Okay, like I feel like this is gonna be easy for you.
Yeah.
I'll ask you two questions, right?
Right.
Because this one is gonna be like it's a given. Oh, it's okay.
Right.
Yeah. Like I have a gun in your head, right?
Right, yeah.
You have to choose between radio and your kids.
My kids.
Or you die.
My kids.
Yeah, that one was simple.
My kids.
Yeah, it was
My kids.
it was a given.
That's a no-brainer. Like in a
I
heartbeat.
think ngikubuze enye. Let's say le nkomishi le awuyiphamisa TK, there is this cup full
Right.
of shit
Yeah.
amakaka.
Right.
Yabo.
Ngiyakhiwe.
ngikunika spoon.
Yeah.
Like you have to eat. Yabo, like okay, I have a gun in your head right now.
Right,
So
right.
it's either you eat
Right.
leyo wasting noma pull the trigger. Ungakhetha between dying and eating.
I'll eat the shit, man.
So that's
I'm not gonna leave my kids.
Oh.
I'm not gonna
Nice,
leave my
nice,
kids. I'll eat. I won't think twice.
Damn.
I don't want to leave my kids.
I can imagine, bro. Like serious digging.
I will
digging.
eat it, but to save my life and have another opportunity to spend every day with my kids. I will.
Inda ngifile ngathi une experience. Have you tried? Oh.
No, I haven't. I haven't really tried.
No, it's just a thought of it, the smell, but it's gross.
But you know what they say?
Yeah.
There's not much difference between. Maybe let me not go there. But as a guy, there's not much difference between these two particular things.
Yeah.
So when you go there, you're bound that you might just slide down there eventually.
Exactly.
So let's say kukhona usomabhizinisi noma someone ofuna uku-investa kwi-business
Hey, angeze.
noma kuwena mengathiwa uyazidayisa ke manje uthiwa sidayise nje ungazidayisa uthini khumbule sino 1 minute la
Oh, ma.
ungazidayisa uthini
1 minute of a lifetime.
yeah
Okay, first of all, Mina, it would be beneficial to invest in me because vele I'm already a media personality, so I'm a walking billboard. Vele, I'm a walking advertisement. Mina ngifisa ukuqala a radio station yasendaweni engihlala kuyona because I strongly believe ukuthi there's so much talent in emalokishini. We just have to nurture its talent, and I'm very passionate about ukusiza abanye abantu and pinpointing abantu abanetalent endaweni. At the same time, ngifuna ukuphinde ngikwazi ukuyiphilisa nami. So if I'd also have in 1 minute, I still have time. If I would also have another opportunity.
second number
If I also had an opportunity where I've got an entertainment company called Effortless, where I would love to manage just one artist. Yeah. Just one artist, you know?
Sure.
And I also have OG's Chicken as well. So I also would like to see that growing as well. I was because I was spending that first like 30 seconds. As I can talk more, but this is the thing if it's out. But I'm going to the morning, usucabanga ukuthi yazi engifuna ukwenza ukuthi nokuthi manje mina izelo mnika lona elincane kakhulu man hey kodwa ke ngiyabonga kakhulu TK ngiyabonga boys.
No, it's okay, it's great. Yeah, so OG, let's say ukhona umuntu okhona lapha ekhaya uyabuka njengamanje lo muntu lona ulahla ithemba ugraduate uhlele ekhaya uyawazi usazi isipani ungathini nje kulo muntu lo ofisayo na ukuthi ngakho into enzayo mhlawumbe uthola umuntu lona uselahla ithemba ukuthi yabona mina ayikho into engilungela empilweni nginayo degree nginayo diploma ngiyasazi isipani kodwa ayikho into engilungelayo ngaye enyangeni inyanga yathi ngiloyiwe ngathini
yeah ayishini
ungam-inspire uthini umuntu okanjalo kuleso simo njengamanje?
First of all, I would say Mdama, it's okay to feel like giving up. 1, 2, yonke into qala kanjalo it's okay to feel like you wanna give up.
Sure.
Then impilo yakho izoshintsha ke once ushintsha mindsets because everything you love mindsets. Wena uyi product yomcabango wakho, uyi product ukuthi ucabanga kangakanani. If you feel like engathi ufuna ukugive up, then you attract zona lezo zinto ezogcindezela. But once you change your mindset yakho, then and start thinking positive, then yonke into iyaqala yenzeka. So I'll start saying shifta indlela ocabanga ngayo and then enye into iyayilandelela. Uma ufila sengathi ucindezelekile, yabo lonto, get something ezokwenza ukuthi ube inspired. If you've got a kid, thatha isithombe sengane yakho. Positive thoughts is 10 times more powerful than a negative thoughts. Immediately when you see something a positive ekujabulisayo, then you forget immediately, same time you forget about le nto akade ikucindezela. Right? Now you continue doing that on a daily basis. Have a vision board. Yabo bhala phansi iphupho lakho, uvuke every day ulibuke. That's what I'll say. Every day wake up in the morning, ubuke iphupho lakho, look at what you want to be. Then do something towards it every day. Every day ends as something. It does not matter no matter if you want to start a podcast, and there was a podcast, but every day ends a research. Would say how can it be better?
Yeah,
then by doing that you are attracting whatever it is that you want to do even faster. I would also say start by being grateful.
Yeah.
The best thing that you can do for yourself or go grateful for what you have, because the more you're grateful for what you have, the more you get. In Pilinjal, it's all about you get what you put out.
Yeah.
So if you think negatively, you're gonna attract something negative. But if you think positive, it's like saying, and Mena as a radio DJ who worked in community radio, I used to say that a lot. And each and every time when I say that, I don't think I'm gonna be able to go to work. And I would almost not go to work. But immediately when I change my mindset and say, I don't give a damn, I'm going to work and I'm gonna have a crack off a show.
Sure.
That mentality got me to work, and it made me not to miss my show at UR when I was working there and not getting paid.
Sure.
I have never missed my show.
No.
If I were to inspire you, I'd say start by changing how you think and how you feel. And have vision boards.
Right.
Look at your dream. But if fake it till you make it.
Exactly.
Yeah. See yourself living that dream that you've always dreamed life. And by you doing that and working towards it every day, you will be able to attract it faster.
Yazi ngisawenza ama-leadership school kwi-leadership school in 2015 ngafunda into eyodwa ukuthi wonke umuntu ophilayo une-vision. Ayekho umuntu ongena kuba kwena ukuthi vision like wena uzibhekayo wenze introspection uzibheka ukuthi mina yini kahle kahle ngicapable kuyona noma yini ngithandayo and work on it leyo ofisayo. Your vision is a capacity to see beyond the barriers.
Hey,
it's
okay.
Mina yazi ukuthi into enza ukuthi that keeps me going into yasho uthisha ngisase primary. Actually kasana 540 be the best that you can be. Be proud of your achievement, no matter how.
Ngoba ke community K.
Dream about success.
Lo uthi ake community K wena wedwa ngithemba tikela tunakekho umuntu.
Exactly.
So you have to live and you have to embrace yourself.
Yes.
And kunabantu abaningi abaphila mfethu abangazazi yabo.
Yeah.
and that's the great thing about growing up, because when you grow up you start learning a lot of things about yourself, and once waqala wazazi wena, you know what works for you.
Yes.
And you can tell easy ukuthi okay lo muntu is gonna bullshit me. You because usukhulile. So it's important to have a proper team around you, even abantu who abazo inspiration. Mina ngifuna uba nomngane mina ozongitshela ngemoto nentombi. Yabo lonto. Ekuseni sivuka nje sesimile sikhuluma lonto. I'd rather not be friends with you.
Ukuthi automatically abangani bakho uyakwazi ukubabona ukuthi laba hayi angibadingi laba because abekho kule page engikulona. Ungathi wena njengoba namanje uyibira lo DJ uzohlala la umngani uthina. Ngentombi uthina ngokoro.
I know that's possible.
So no
So life's dangerous.
I know.
Life's dangerous.
I'm
It's so life's dangerous. It's so